So in this tutorial, I will quickly show you how I designed this plan card. This plan card is inspired by 3 commas. Okay, you see this is 3 commas. When you check on the monthly, you see we have the annual and we have the biennial plans. Okay, so, and this is the demo of what we will be building. And let me show you how to quickly do this. This is a Nextjs application. Okay, this is a side project for myself. We have to give it this directive of use client because Next.js application is server side by default, at least from Nextjs version 13 upward. And I'm actually using Nextjs version 15 in this particular project. So look at what we have. Here I have imported what we need. We are imported use state, motion from framer motion, and check circle 2 from Lucid React. I am going to leave the command that I used in installing all the packages that are being used here in the comment section. Okay, so let's get started. Let's go back to our demo. We can see that we have 3 menus. One is the monthly package. When somebody is on a monthly package, you have the pro and you have the expert. When you're on annual, you have the pro and the expert. And when you are on biennial, you have the plan, the pro and the expert. So this is basically what we are designing. As a result, we need content for monthly, annual, and biennial. And each of these, we need the pro and the expert plan. And take a look at what we have here and what we have here. Okay, I will then go back to our Visual Studio Code. Okay, so for the content that we saw there, we need to create an object which I've created to be pricing data, which we are going to map through in order to reveal or to present that information to the user. Okay, so as usual, if you are not completely new to React application, okay, here we are declaring a default function which is pricing plans. Okay, and this is how it is declared. Here I'm not using. Okay, so I have simply defined or declared export default function pricing plans, and this is where all the interface is managed. Okay, so we are returning a parent div. Okay, which is full, which takes a full width of the device when it's on default state. But when it's on medium screen upward, I am using 700 pixels. I am not going to, and all these are Tailwind CSS classes that are necessary for the kind of design that we want. Okay, and we are declaring an H2 tag here. Okay, where we say start your 14-day free trial. Okay, let's continue. Now, remember, we have a navigation of 3 different menus. These are the menus. This is where I define the navigation. Okay, it will be make more sense for me to quickly run you through the pricing data, because it is actually in this pricing data that everything, okay, is defined in terms of rendering the appropriate data to the user. So let me close on this to have more real estate. You see, on the pricing plan, okay, it's an object with monthly, annual, and biannual. That's the 3 that we have. Okay, on the monthly, we have the pro plan, which you can see, and we have the expert plan, pro and expert. Okay, so the structure of the pro plan is this. We have the price, which is this, and we have features. The features that you can see here are these features that you can see here and that you can see here. Okay, so we have these. So what you can see here, okay, are coming from the features. These are the features of the pro plan of the monthly section. Okay, and why is it necessary for us to have another object, okay, as an item here? It is simply because we have a certain plan, okay, that we want to attach a multi-pair availability to. Okay, so as a result, that is the only reason why I created that. I created a different object as an item here. Okay, and inside of it, I get a text, and I'm getting the notes, okay, as an array of object. Okay, but obviously this one is only having one object, right? So I throw in text. This is just to identify or to define this text. And I'm wrapping in a class name such that I can be able to style, okay, an item, okay, that has a multi-pair differently from those that does not come with a multi-pair. So my DCA here, you can see, I mean, this plan, this part of it, you can see that we have a multi-pair availability, and here is equally multi-pair available, right? And like I said, everything is inspired by this, by the three commas. Okay, so I'm coming back here. So that is the reason why in our item list here in the features, we have one declared as an object. Okay, so and that goes for the rest of it. This one doesn't have any embedded object, and here we have live chat support. These are the features. So basically, I am saying that we have some features that equally have an embedded information, multi-pair availability or available. And our class name is declared here such that I can wrap all the class name that is necessary and important for monthly. There is a pro and there is expert. That's the one. Yes, that's the one I missed. Okay, the expert. So the expert is this. Note that our expert does have a tag. It does have a tag here. That's in our key value pair. Here we have tag. Okay, that we didn't have in the first, in the pro one. So and these are the features, just like we have it up there, like I explained. Okay, so there is no need for repetition. So having said this, this is the exact thing in terms of structure that we have in all the other part of our price plan. Okay, so this is all that it is that we have. Okay, so now that we have seen what our price data looks like, okay, that's the structure from start to finish. Now let's begin. Oh, perhaps I should let somebody see it even more clearer, okay, so that you can follow along. Endeavor to pause the video along, okay, and get out the structure. Okay, and on the biennial, we have the pro, okay, so let me take this one out of the way by closing it up. So that's our price data structure, okay, basically. And this is our pricing plan, the actual components. Okay, here we declare the state of active, and we are setting active. We are using state hook, use state hook from React. And we are setting the default value to month or monthly, because that is what you get by default when you visit the site. By default, this is what we have. Okay, and then we are defining a variable plans that equals to the pricing plan, and we are throwing in the state of the activeness, okay, of our plan. Okay, so here we grab the plan. So now the plans will always have the state. What state is active, okay, per time. And this is the header that I spoke about earlier on. And we come to our navigation. What is happening in this navigation? In our navigation, a div is declared. We are making it to be relative. Okay, so these are the classes or the categories, okay, of the plan. Here we have so here we are simply just declaring this array, okay, of categories of plans, and we map through it. We use this as a kind of key to hold the data. And here we throw in the button, okay. This item will always be unique because it can either be monthly, annual, or biennial, because we are mapping through this string of array, right? So we take it, then we set active to the item that is active. And this set active, okay, it's a function that was declared up here, okay. So what happened after that? Then we throw in all the Tailwind CSS classes, okay, that are necessary to style in the way we want it to be styled. Okay, so the first part of this style is general for all the buttons, okay, where we determine which one is particular to an active category is then when we check whether active is equal to item. When it's equal to item, we use the text black, otherwise we use the text gray. This is just what this is achieving is for us. You can see our monthly is black. When you check here, it's more grayish, and this is more grayish. So when I click on this, it is now darker, right? It is now darker. Okay, basically that is what we are achieving with this line of action here. So whatever it is, we decide whether we are using a darker black, or we are using this gray, okay? With the item must then be displayed. Okay, I just want to select it. So what I'm using this span tag to achieve is, okay, so when the item is annual, we use ternary operation to apply minus 25% to the price. Otherwise, when the item is biennial, then we attach we apply 35 or minus 35%. Otherwise, it is null. There is no percentage or discount that is attached, which means if it is not annual and it's not biannual, it is monthly, because we have only those three options. So that is fine, and that is what we achieve by saying monthly. There is no discount attached, but when you are going for the annual, 25% is attached. When you are going for biennial, 35% is attached or applied. Okay, so basically that part of the code is that is what is achieving there. Okay, going down, we then take, if our active is equal to an item, that is the only time that we throw in this part of the code. This part of the code. And what is happening here is we take the layout ID, okay, of the active tab, and we apply this class. As you can see, we take the initial, we animate, we exit, and we transition the button. So basically, we are taking the we are now using absolute class, because inside of here, remember, we declared relative, so we are using absolute to make this position properly, okay, in a controlled manner inside of the parent div, which is relative. Okay, so, and we use insert 0, the background of white, shadow of middle or medium rather, rounded small, and minus z index of 10. So this is what is responsible for this smooth movement, okay, of my of our background, of this background, white background on the button. Okay, cool. So let me okay, if I can close the button, we'll be fine, because I've explained just that part of our job. Okay, now on the card, now I've only explained this. Now on the cards, where the whole detail is displayed, look at what we have. Okay, our div class is declared. It's a grid, and a grid column of 1. Okay, which means all the entries, the items from top to bottom in that line. So we are using object.entries from JavaScript API, and we are taking plans. We are mapping through the plan, and we are taking plan and data out of it. How? Let's check our plans. You see, this is the third one. This is the first one. Oh, sorry, this is, you see. So our plans is taken from here, which is coming from the pricing data. So whatever plan that is active is then saved against our plans here. So let me go back to here. So we are just simply mapping through those entries. We take a plan, we take data, and we return. Okay. So we take a div. We take that. We take the key, or we access the key, okay, as plan. So what it means here is simply that if the plan is monthly, then the key, okay, on our div here become monthly. Okay, then we roll out. So we use plan as key. If plan is monthly, it becomes the key for this div, because it must be unique. Okay, and we throw in our Tailwind CSS classes. Okay, that is general for all the the part of the items here. Otherwise, the one inside of this $sign, okay, is determined based on what plan a user has clicked on, or that is active. So where our plan is equal to expert, we use this background for it. Otherwise, we use white background for it. It means it is not an expert. Remember, now we are looping through, checking through being expert and being pro. You see in the actual data. Okay, then we use these classes to determine what the background looks like. Okay, then we go to the data itself. Remember, we are taking out data here, you see. Okay, so then we loop through. If data contains tag, that and it should be the only time where this part of it is rendered. Otherwise, no tag, nothing is rendered in tag class. Okay, and then we take the plan. We take the plan, we display it. Okay, and that's where we have, you see, the plan, the pro, and the expert. We declared it. And this is the tag on the expert. Okay, so when that is done, then we take the price, the data.price as found in our, you see, pro, there is a price. Each of them have their prices, right? Okay, so then we take the price. Let me quickly go back. What we have here is tag, not price. Okay, yes, we are back there. So we take the price and display it. Here we take the data.old price. Okay, if there is an old price, then we display the old price. Where do we have old price or prices? You see, we do have the old price here. This old price or prices are strike through. Okay, we use a CSS class to strike through them, that is, to cancel them out. Let me go to monthly. Monthly doesn't have an old price. This one have, okay, this is the actual price, and this is the promo price, and this is how much you want to save if you are coming for this option, and this is how much you want to save. Okay, that's when you are using this, when you are going for the expert option on the annual, you see, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is where we check through if there is an old price. Let's see the old price. And in the old price, okay, where we displayed the old price, we then attach the actual plan to it. Annual plan category. Okay, because pro and expert are the plans, but we have categories. Okay, so our annual category, if the active plan or category is annual, you see, we throw in this 25%, minus 25% would then be because of this. Okay, otherwise it is biennial, we do this. Otherwise, finally, it is nothing. Okay, and that is being achieved inside of this span. Okay, and here, this is where we are getting the result of that. We are getting the result here, and we are getting the result here. Beautiful. Let me go back. Okay. Okay. So we then display the actual data. That old price is displayed. If it's present, display it, and we'll use this line through, okay, to cut through it. Let's go for one, you see. Okay. Then finally on the button, okay, on the button. So here you should notice that we have green and white. We have white and green. Text is green, the background is white, background is green, text is white. Okay, this is where we make that happen. We are simply saying in that button, right, we are declaring this. This is uniform for the two buttons, whether it is expert or pro. This first part of the code, okay, is uniform, it's general for both. And what we have here, we say when the plan is expert, let the background be white and let the text be emerald green, okay? Otherwise, let the BG be emerald 600 and let the text be white. Actually, it will be gray if we can just make it uniform. So, and this is the actual text that we see. So that's the button. That's the button that gives us this or this. And finally, we then want to look through these, our features, right? So in the features, we take the data as well. We check through the features and we are mapping through the features. So we will be using, then we are taking the features as F and IDS as index, okay? And what we simply do here is we throw in our check cycle 2 icon that we imported from Lucid React. So here we simply saying if the type of feature is string, simply display it. Otherwise, in this div, okay, display the text, check the note, map through the note, and display the note text, and assign the class name. Block. Let me use block to look for it. Yes. You see. So this is the class note that we are using there. So what it means is we have declared this class name. So it simply means that we attach the class that is appropriate, okay, to the span, this span. And that is how we are able to manage this multi-pair availability with that background that we have, without necessarily making it as a list like we have here with check icons. And the same principle was used to just simply style this multi-pair availability out. And this inspiration is taken from 3 commas. When you log into your account, you see this in 3 commas. Okay, so this is all today, okay, in this tutorial. If you find it useful, don't forget to like, share to like-minded people such as you. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. Thank you once again. See you in the next one. Bye.